Hello and welcome to SUV Prestige. My name's Harry and today we've got something a little bit special coming to stock. I've enlisted the help of one of our cameramen today because I can't go over all of this spec single-handedly, so you've got to put with me. So this is a 2015 65 plate Range Rover SV Autobiography. It's a 5-litre V8 petrol, and what makes this special is it's part of the special vehicle operations through Land Rover. This car list price was well over £160,000. So the price, it's all live pricing with us. If you have a look on our website, I'll show you, but it's ridiculously good value for money with the amount of car that you get. So this is one of those kinds of cars that it's one of those, if you know, you know. There's subtle differences between this and a normal full-size Range Rover. For example, these grills are very specific to this particular model. So with these sort of more rectangular honeycomb style grille, that's specific to this. Also with the badges, it's got sort of a matte, I don't know what you'd call that, but sort of like pittled effect in the badging as well. This one's fitted with 22-inch turbine alloy wheels, finished in like in sort of a grey. They're really, really nice, an anthracite grey colour. Then all of the side strakes, these are in body colour, which is all Santorini black with the chrome, with the door handles. So from the outside, it's quite subtle. And then moving around to the back, again, the more Range Rover special badging, and then that's the bit that tells you what it is, the SV Autobiography badge. You've also got twin dual exit exhausts at the bottom. Again, with this being the 5-litre, you get a slightly different exhaust system in here as well. Where this car really becomes special is on the inside, mainly the back of the vehicle. In fact, we'll switch it on first and I'll show you some of the rear seating. Now we're in the back of the vehicle. This is where this thing really is, it's what it's all about really. This is one of those cars that is also to be driven in as well as to drive. So on the floor, you'll notice you've got these little foot pads and there's some incredibly thick lamb's wool rugs. The luxury in here is ridiculous. You've got all leather roof lining and then everything's sort of hidden away, all the special little features that you might not realise this car has. So in here, a couple of cup holders and a remote control for the rear entertainment, which everything on there. So you can get TV, all of your movies, you can stick a DVD and play whatever in the back. Then in here, if you hold this button down, you've got very nicely ambient lit wine cooler down here, so you can fit a full bottle in there. That's really low down, it goes right to the floor, fit half my arm in there. Then you also, they look like giant shot glasses, which you could use as, but they are specifically designed champagne flutes for this car. And you've also got some engraved Autobiography signatures on those glasses. It's very rare to find one of these cars on the used car market with these still in there, so that is a really nice little touch. And again, the glasses and the wine cooler is both cooled as well. Now all of the seats, as you can probably see down here, have lots and lots and lots of adjustment. So these recline, they've also got massage function, heating function, cooling function. So with the cooling, essentially it's just air conditioned air pushed through these little holes in the seats. Then you've also got, in fact I'll show you here, if you hold these buttons down on the side, you've got aeroplane style picnic tables. So all this folds back up, super neat and tidy. There's a little button on the side here. Hold that down, pull that across, and your champagne can sit in there. Then in here you've also got iPad holders at the back, so you can, if you are working, you can get a bit of work done, stick your laptop on here. If you've got kids, sit them in front of a TV, couple of snacks in the back with their iPads, that will keep them quiet on just about any length of journey. But this is all, it's aeroplane grade aluminium, and you've also got charging points in here as well, so the kids can't run out of charge on their iPad. That'll keep them entertained on the whole thing. You've also got Meridian signature sound all around this car, so there's speakers absolutely everywhere in here, even in the back of the seats, in the doors, in the roof, absolutely everywhere. But this is about as nice of a place as you can possibly be in a car. It's up there. Then in the centre there, you've got nice little storage for your headphones, for the TVs, so whatever the kids are watching or whoever's in the back isn't pestering you while you're driving. And you've also got inputs in there to stick a PlayStation in there, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to connect to it. So that's kind of the back, and then also all of the seats are memory as well in the back of here. It's a very nice place to be. It's possibly the comfiest car in the world. Excellent. In the driver's zone, in fact, one thing I didn't mention, this car's got double glazing too, so it's very, very, very quiet. And although it's got the 5-litre supercharged petrol engine, very similar to the SVR, it's not raucous the same way the SVR is. It's still quite subdued, but you know that there's something down there. It's nice. So in here, you've got a lovely sort of piano black wood and leather steering wheel. Obviously, that's all heated. You've got all of your usual Land Rover features for your drive selects, for your various terrain response, hill descent, low range, all those good bits that you would expect from an off-road vehicle. You've got adaptive cruise control. You've got these satin chromed gear paddle shifts. Those are very often, they're actually red, anodized red in SV cars, but these have been done in silver. This one's nicely done. It's very subtle, everything in it. It's nice. Then obviously you've got 4-zone climate control. I didn't mention that in the back. You've got independent climate control for each seat in the vehicle. Then on the infotainment system, you've got absolutely everything really. You've got essentially what is kind of an old style version of Apple CarPlay, which is the in-control apps. So you can connect that via USB there, and it gives you a similar functionality to Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, that kind of thing. It's like almost like screen mirroring, kind of. Then through here, you've got all the bits you'd expect: sat-nav, DAB, Bluetooth, all those good bits. And then obviously you've got the television functions, the rear media, which you can connect separate bits onto the back as well as the front. So you can have two different setups in the front and the back. And you've also got dual view. So if I'm driving, obviously, as passengers, you wouldn't want me sat watching BBC News, but if you as a passenger wanted to, when I set off, this screen essentially will show you a TV from your side, and at my side it will show me not the TV, the sat-nav, whatever it is that is not going to distract me from driving. So dual view's a nice bit. Then in here as well, you've also got all of your ambient lighting stuff. Your 4x4 controls, you've got wade sensing in this car as well. So in there you've got various colours that you can choose from, and then you can select brightnesses. If you don't like ambient lighting, it's a bit too much for you, you can turn that off. Wi-Fi as well, timed climate. If you know you're leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning and you want the car to be hot, you can set that. And then obviously the seats in the front have got all of the adjustments, if not a little bit more than the ones in the back. All of the seats have got winged headrests, so the sides sort of wrap around the back of your head and your neck, which is very nice. Then on there you've obviously got all of your massage functions, heated, cooled, and then the programs for your massage. There's loads of different variations of how you want to be massaged by these seats. It's nice. Autobiography embroidered seats there, so you've just got stitched autobiography signatures in the back of the seats. Obviously you've got all of the piano black, the grand black veneer. So although you're not going to be drinking champagne while you're driving, you have got a little drinks cooler down here. So you can throw a few cans of whatever in there, bottles of water, whatever it is you want, alcohol free obviously while you're driving. Then the switch gear is also something to note in this car. You've got all of this knurled sort of chrome effect everywhere. So around all of the buttons, the gear knob, the terrain response selector. That's the same sort of texture in the badges, but obviously in matte black on there. And then obviously you've got driver assistance pack as standard with these, so that's your blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, everything. You've also got heads-up display. You're not going to be able to see that from there, but essentially that is your speed and whatever information projected onto the windscreen in front of you. Standard Land Rover feature, heated windscreen, and then obviously all this leather absolutely everywhere. You may not be able to pick it up on camera, I'm not sure, but you've got black and sort of like a really nice grey. It's called Lunar. So it's Ebony and Lunar interior in here, but it's really nice. It's a very subtle difference. You can tell more on the door cards, the contrast between sort of the piano black details and the leather on the doors. Really nice. Then, definitely worth noting with this car, it has done higher miles, this car. However, it's got some of the most comprehensive service history you could possibly wish for. Almost every single one bar the last one has all been Land Rover, the last one being a specialist in Land Rover. But as you can see by the lists of things done at each interval, each service interval, it's had no expense spared, and the car is in stunning condition for its age, for its mileage. It's been really well looked after. With one of these kinds of cars, with a big engine, with how it's set up, it's a car that you need to drive. It can't just sit there for months on end. So it has been driven, it has been used, but condition-wise, it's lovely. Very, very nice car, this. It's not often you get to see all of this spec. Also, I forgot to mention, don't know how, obviously it's got tilt and slide pan roof. Nice. You may also notice that that window from your angle looks red. That's because it's got special films in there to protect you from UV light in the windows, obviously double glazed as well. Tinted, it's all privacy glass at the back as well. Yeah, nice. Also, one of the last features on the back, well, all of it, all of the doors, it's got soft close, which you'd kind of expect. Another thing special about this car, something you don't have on many other Range Rovers, is obviously the power tailgate boot. That's standard, but this veneered load space, sorry, I believe that's called figured macassar wood, but it's nice. It's like the back of a fancy boat. It's really nice. This has got a cover. We've taken it off obviously for purpose of the video, so you can cover that up if you don't want to damage that lovely wood. But that is, it's substantial, that. It's quite heavy, but very nice little feature, that. So if you want to bring some chairs with you, you're going out somewhere nice, a little bit scenic in the countryside, you might be shooting or out with the hounds or whatever you might do with a Range Rover. A couple of little chairs, a little picnic at the back. Very nice. Couple of extra bits that we haven't mentioned. A lot of Range Rovers have it. 360 cameras, obviously front and rear parking sensors. Got park assist as well, where it'll measure and detect parking spaces for you, that kind of thing. It's got all the other bits that you would expect, but those features were mentioned are the particularly exciting ones. And again, I just wanted to hark back to the condition of the vehicle. Obviously, when you're looking at buying a vehicle, you want to know condition-wise that it's been looked after. I can very easily say how well this car has been cared for. It's not often that we get a car into stock that we don't have to refurb an alloy or do anything really. This one might need a little bit of buffing, which just about every car does. Brand new cars need buffing, but that is about it. The car is lovely. It's been very well cared for. Very good service history. It's only 2 owners. Yeah, this one I don't think will hang around very long. If you are watching this, you're interested in a luxury vehicle at a ridiculously discounted rate. I mean, this thing, you are essentially writing off about 120-ish thousand pounds worth of its value, just with it being a few years old and travelled the distance. But it's lovely. This won't hang around long. If you want the full details on this vehicle, please visit www.suvprestige.co.uk, or if you're watching this on our social media, click the link below, and follow us on all of our social media platforms. We're on all the usual: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, everywhere. Thank you very much. Have a little look.